Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Y'all, happy Sunday.
Yes. It's a very happy Sunday. It's a little gloomy.
It's wet. It's wet outside, y'all.
Yeah. Yet again. And here comes more rain.
Yay.
They were already forecasting a lot of flooding and everything else up north from us, so... Yay. I thought we were getting away from the flooding. Everything started drying up a little bit.
Yeah, for like a whole 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's back again. It's just been our summer tale, friends. I mean, this is the never-ending story.
Yeah.
It's super hot, and then it's pouring rain, and then it's super hot, and then it's pouring rain. And I feel like this has been the wettest summer that we have had pretty much since the very first summer that we moved out here.
Yeah.
That first summer was pretty wet. But I would actually even venture to say that this one is even more wet.
I would have to agree with that one.
You know?
If not, it's a very close tie.
Yeah, it's like super close, like neck and neck, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Neck and neck. But it's been a very, very wet summer this year, which, you know, I guess the ground needed it.
The ground definitely needed it, that's for sure.
You know, our grass is doing good. Like even that bald spot in the front that's been like bald forever with just dirt is patching in pretty well.
It's coming in pretty good.
You know?
Little by little, you know?
Little by little. It's not all grass. Some of it's weeds.
Eventually it will take.
Next year it should all be good.
I'm hoping.
I think so.
I have a feeling it's going to do the cycle again of what it did.
We'll find out.
Last winter. Everything died off.
Yeah.
Barely had little patches here and there. I was like, man.
Yeah, but then by the springtime and everything starts blooming and stuff, yeah. I got a feeling. We'll see what happens. We're going to find out and see what happens.
We will find out, that's for sure.
So, y'all, we haven't posted here on Real Talk for the last couple of days. We actually snuck off and went on an adventure. Yeah. I think David spilled some of the beans.
A little bit.
Yeah, David usually does. It's okay. I'm going to spill some of his beans on our next video. You'll have to wait and find out. Coming tomorrow, not by noon, hopefully by 2. So I'm actually working on a vlog. It's going to be a travel vlog. We actually so if you guys didn't find out what we're talking about, we snuck off for a quick adventure. Mm-hmm. You guys know Gary got that new motorcycle, and we've only ridden it a handful of times, right, since he got it, because it's just been raining and not the optimal weather. And then we've been really busy trying to build and do as much as we possibly can. Gary got hurt with his back, you know, just one thing after another. But to make a long story short, when we were at Freedom Weekend, Pops was out there, and Pops was like, hey, I'm actually, because Pops does a lot of traveling, like he's constantly on the move. But he was like, hey, I'm going to be in your area next week, and I would like to know if you guys would like to meet up. We'll all go out to dinner, you know, and we'll go and have a casino night, just the adults. Yep. And me and Gary, we were like, you know what? Let's do it. So Anthony and Rox rode out on their motorcycle. David and somebody went out on their motorcycle. And then me and Gary went out on our motorcycle. So like the three groups of us were all riding the bike, and then Pops met up in his what kind of vehicle does he have? It's kind of like an SUV.
Yeah, it's an SUV.
It's like an SUV. I don't know what the type is.
Compact. I think pretty sure it was a Ford Explorer.
Something.
Or Escape.
Something. But he's got his camper and stuff, right? Because he's coming from Ridge Lifes.
No.
He, you know, so he has his camper, and he's still headed out. I think today he might be in Texas.
Or is it an Expedition?
I don't know.
One of those things.
Apples and oranges. It's an SUV type. But we rode out on the bikes, guys. We took a nice bike ride out there. It was really good to get some wind therapy and go on a nice ride with my honey.
Yeah, it was fun. It was super, super fun. Be able to go out there and cruise a little bit and whatnot.
Yeah. And then it wasn't too far. It was the Choctaw Hotel and Casino Resort or whatever, just right on the other side of Fort Smith, right? I guess it's technically in Oklahoma. Yep. But it's like right there in Oklahoma. And so we spent a good night out there, got some good food, played a few games. Not anything too crazy. Gary and I, you know, we grew up in Las Vegas, and so we're not gamblers. No. We're just not. It's not something that we usually do. But Pops likes to play a lot, and so we were kind of hanging out, doing it to hang out with Pops, you know. And I was just straight losing. I'd get up a little bit on the slots, like just a little, And then I'd lose. And I'd get up a little bit and then I'd lose. And then I'd basically get back to where I started from and I'd be like, that's it, I'm done.
Yep.
And at the very end of the night, Gary was playing table games. How did you fare at the table games?
I was doing pretty good at the beginning. You know, at the beginning, I was doing really good. I was up. I was sitting there like, all right, sweet. I should just walk away. I shouldn't play anymore. But I couldn't help it. We were all playing. Everybody's having a good time. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go sit down and go see if I can double this or whatever else. And yeah, I didn't fare too well.
However, I did. I did. At the very end of the night, I didn't play any of the blackjack or any of that, but I did play roulette.
Yeah.
And I was killing it at roulette. Let me tell you what, I turned $20 into almost 300. That's how much I was killing it. Because I was betting big and I was like, you know, let's go. Although if I would have took Gary's advice at my last hand, because Gary was like, man, you're up. Why don't you just take everything you won and throw it all down and, you know, then we'll
throw it on
away.
black. Let's see what happens.
Let's
if
see
you
what
lose
happens.
it, you lose it. If you win it, you just doubled it.
I know, but I was being a little stingy because I was like, I don't want to lose any. I'm up really good and I don't want to lose it. So
you can see how I lost all mine real quick, right?
Yeah. I was being a little bit more cautious, you know.
Well, whatever.
I took a good chunk though, and I ended up making like an extra. I think I bet at the very last bet, I bet like 50. And I doubled it. And so I made 100 on my last bet because I bet 50 and I doubled the 50.
You put it on black and you got it. And I was like, man.
He's like, see, if you would have put all of it on
there, you would have got it all.
But if I would have put all of it on there and it would have hit red, then I would have lost it all. And I mean,
or green, right?
Yeah, or green. Yeah. But, and I like the way that I go into playing any kind of, whenever we gamble, which is not often because we grew up in Vegas. So we're not.
We know better than that, you know? I'm just saying.
But whenever we do, like, let's say the friends all get together and we're playing like a friendly round of poker or something, right? And we all are like, hey, let's do a $20 hand or something, right? I have it in my mind that that's gone. Like, I have it in my mind that I'm not winning, that it's the $20 it's going to cost me to hang out and play with my friends for X amount of time, right? And that's the way that I kind of put it in my mind. And I have the same kind of rule whenever I do go into a casino setting or I'm doing anything like that. However, because I lost so much at slots, I just needed a win, man. I needed to end on a win. And so that's why I was like, I just wasn't willing to risk like everything that I had won back, like on that last bit. Although it would have been so nice. It would have been a really good payout if I did, but it's okay. It's okay. Listen, it's all right.
Yep.
I still won. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. Great food, great company, and the ride was absolutely beautiful. It did, however, as soon as we get back from going out and doing the ride and everything and having just a good adult little time, right? The rain.
Yep.
Like immediately, like started coming down on us, which was great because we didn't have to ride the motorcycles in the rain.
Yeah.
Like literally as soon as we got home, it started pouring.
The good thing is with me, right, is that if it does start to rain, I'm thankful in the sense of what bike we got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like dual sport bikes, depending on the tire, right? They tend to grab a little bit better in the rain. So. And
we were able to take the long way home. Gary actually, because it's like Gary said, it's a dual sport.
Yeah.
And it's a KLR 650.
KLR 650.
It's very nice. I do really like it. It's nice to ride on the back of. However, so you can ride on the street and you can ride off-road. And so basically we got to the point, which he wanted because we live off of dirt roads. It's not like we're going to be riding on the road all that often unless we're riding in like group settings, which we were at that time. But anyway, so we get to the part where the concrete meets the pavement. And then Gary like keeps going a little bit.
The dirt meets the
I said concrete meets the pavement. Yeah. That's an oxymoron. Yeah. I meant to say where the dirt meets the pavement. Anyways, squirrel. He kept going a little bit and he didn't make our turn. And as soon as he went past our turn, I knew immediately what we were doing. I was like, oh, we're going to take the long way home. Well, and he took me down the back. We went over back by the river, see how flooded it was, which it's so flooded, guys.
It's still pretty bad, but it still receded a lot Like
it did, but it's still too flooded to go and like swim down there.
Yeah, no, it's probably receded a good 20 feet.
Yeah.
Right around that ballpark.
But now
area.
with all of this.
And with all this, I don't know. It's going to get right back at where it was, and it's going to be...
And it sounds kind of weird, like, oh, you can't swim because the water's too high. What? The thing is when the water gets that high, like, trees are buried in water. So, like, you could see the tree tops, like, in the water. And so when you're swimming, it's just not as safe to swim in that water. You want it to be down more, and there's more debris and more nasty, kicked up, more mud. It's just nastier.
All of the signs, all of the...
Yeah, like parking lot signs.
Parking lot signs and everything else, they're buried completely. Like, you can't see the signs.
Yeah, so you'd be swimming and then all of a sudden hit some big metal sign, right? And it's just more dangerous.
It's just not a good... It's not a good idea, you know?
And the water is nastier.
And then the water is nastier, and it's just... It's a lot more of like, whoa. And
then some of our really cool spots that we like to go to, you can't even get to because the roads are flooded out to where like we would have to take Biggie. And then even in some spots, you wouldn't want to drive it through even with Biggie because the water, we don't want to have a drifter down moment, man. I ain't trying to have that.
Now, I did the other day, actually yesterday, in between of all the, we did a lot yesterday. We were running around, moving here, moving there. Doing this, doing that.
Yeah, we've got a couple of vlogs in the can that you guys are going to see.
We knew it was going to be raining like this, right? And like David and everybody, right? We all went out to 4th of July bash over at Tim's. And we didn't really follow each other back, but we did somewhat, you know what I mean, in a sense. But David had all of our stuff that we could not fit into the car. Like,
we had to put it in the back of his truck.
The big old canopy, the generator, the gas cans, all this stuff, right? And we're like, man,
can you guys hear the rain coming harder?
It's coming down a little harder, yeah. But he ended up calling me yesterday, and he's all, yo, you do realize it's gonna be raining, right? Like, I mean, I got your stuff over here. It's sitting over here, but you know, I don't know if you really want it to get rained on. I was like, yeah. Probably right on that. I should probably come grab that. So, you know, I was like, well, let me go grab the truck. I'll be over there today. And in the midst of all that, I wanted to go see our swimming spot and our hangout spot. I was like, can I even get to it? I mean, I'm in Smalls, right? So I'm like, it's only 2-wheel drive. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get crazy, you know, but at the same time, I was like, not only that, Biggie's down. And the only person I'd be able to call would be David. So I was like, I hope I don't end up having to call David and be like, yo.
SOS.
SOS, I screwed up. You know, but I was like, well, I want to go and check. I know that I should be able to get to that area because I am in Smalls. If I need to turn around, it's small enough to where, you know, I should be able to get a turn around a little bit easier or whatnot. So I went all the way down there and out there. There was one spot where I was a little hesitant. And I did video a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So you might see it on a video. You might not. I don't know.
It just depends on how...
Just depends on how everything flows.
It depends.
There was so much going on.
I know that like in the last couple of days, we completely filled a GoPro card. So that's like hours and hours and hours of footage to weed through. I know that I got a video coming out for y'all tomorrow, and that there's enough footage to at least have another one ready for y'all on Tuesday. So I'm hoping today to spend some time, since it's a wet, rainy day like this, I'm going to spend some time editing and getting some things together for y'all. I got some other plans on the agenda for myself. I want to do some cooking. It's like that. It's that weather, you know. It's like that. It gets me all in my homemaker mood. Mm-hmm. And I want to do some cooking, and there's some other little fixer-upper things that I want to do inside the kitchen, and I think I'll probably add some of that footage to like our casino night footage to make it kind of all fit together and stuff. I got some ideas. But we really do want to get back to work up on the cabin build, and that's actually happening very, very soon, because regardless of whatever the weather is doing, I can get my butt up there and I can be staining some boards. That's not a big deal. I'm definitely going to be staining some boards this week, 100%. However, can Jerry get up on the roof this week? That's a big question.
It's been nonstop this, you guys. Like,
Yeah,
and I
then-
know that we've been talking about the weather a lot. And
I know.
it's one of those things that
I know.
it is what it is. I don't want to be talking about the weather. And I don't want to be dealing with the weather.
It's just
And
a
I'm
huge
sure
part of
you
our
guys don't
life.
want to be dealing with it, but
It's a huge part of our life.
it is. And because we are building and it does have a huge play in it, you know.
Yeah.
Materials, can't really go get materials in the rain. You know, I mean, we could, but then it's going to be sitting in the rain.
Yeah, you're
You know, so it's like-
damaging said materials.
There's so many different things that play into the weather. It's not even funny.
I don't know, but
And it's driving me nuts
I
because
just know that this month, like, so you guys know that we've been working with a lot of different sponsors and stuff like that, which I'm so grateful for because they bring us, you know, great products, great services that we enjoy trying and presenting to you guys. But it's no secret that they sponsor videos. And so what that means is that it gives us a little bit of a cash influx. With that being said, that's going to allow us to go out and figure out the rest of what we need to put up like the siding and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know the last video we put out on Simple Life, you were talking and you were asking everybody for suggestions. Did you make up your mind on what you want to do, which either way?
I haven't. I've actually been waiting. I
Okay.
haven't even looked at the comments yet.
Really? Shame on you.
No,
Shame. Everybody, shame stick.
I've been
Shame.
waiting. I want to.
Shame.
I want to give the people their time. All right.
Okay.
We got that video out a little late, right? And we've been busy.
Yeah.
We've been nonstop busy. So I've been trying to give you guys your time to make your input on it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about,
Go back and watch it because Gary was asking for your help.
I am. And I want you guys to look at it and I want you guys to put your input on it, especially those that have done rain screening before and everything else, because there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just slap the siding up against the house. No, it is.
I mean, you could.
Could we do that? Yeah. Do I want to?
We've already
Not
gone
really.
above and beyond on so much part of this build and making sure that it's waterproof because of weather
Why?
like what we're dealing with right now. In fact, I'm
Uh-huh.
just going to turn the camera around just for 1 second, just so you guys can see. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but just look. Look, guys. Look how wet it is. Like, it's just nonstop. And it's just been like this for a while now. We're talking like, this is actually a light rain considering.
Yeah. But
You know, considering. But look at the puddles.
a lot of times, this light rain turns into either a mist or a heavy downfall.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, or one of those, it's going to turn into the other shortly after.
Yeah. Either way, we've just been dealing with a lot of difficulties for the roof. Gary does have it on his trajectory, like bound and determined. The roof will be finished before July is over.
I've got the tough part done. Now it's just
Yeah.
like, all right, I got to finish all this, but
We just have
I
a tiny bit of trim left to do, and then we got to do the ridge cap, guys.
I need Mel's help up there
Yeah.
to hand me the pieces so I can get it done a little quicker. You have no idea how hard it is to walk all the way down, set a 10-foot piece of metal, clip in, plus all my equipment, climb up there, which if I don't have all that on me, then I bring all my equipment up there, drop off all my equipment, and then mind you, I'm tied off. And I'm
Yeah.
having to mess with this rope and make sure that I'm not going to just slip and slide off this roof.
Well, so what we're going to do...
And then I get all the way back down there, right? Grab this 10-foot piece, and now I've got this 10-foot piece, and I'm trying to walk on slick metal that doesn't really want to have me on it, you know?
So what we're going to do is when Gary feels like today's the good day to get up on the roof and start doing the trim, because I'm not going to sit on the roof and be bored as snot staring at Gary fighting with one
No.
piece of trim while I'm roasting to death. That's not a good use of my time.
No.
However, we got walkie-talkies. He's got a cell phone. I'm going to be inside the cabin staining boards. And he's going to just holler at me, hey, Mel, I need
Grab me another
piece.
piece. Grab me another
And
piece.
then I'm going to clip up and bring it up to him, and that's that. And then I'll get back down and I'll go back
Or
to
even-
what I'm doing.
Or even hand it through the...
From the side.
From the side.
It just depends on where you're at and what you're
No.
doing. Like, if I have to get up there, then I'll get up there. No big deal, right? And I'm so much better about being on the roof. And when it comes to the ridge cap, then I know that me and Gary have to be
I'm
there
gonna-
working together. Like,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
need
to
you
have to
up
be
there.
on the roof with him. So I've just been kind of like waiting until it's that moment, trying to get other stuff going on until it's that time. And unfortunately, life just lifed us really hard with running out of the pieces on the big metal day. And then us getting the pieces, you know, a couple weeks later, and then Gary getting up there and then him injuring himself, and then us having to wait for the injury to get better, and then nonstop rain after rain after rain after rain. And then it just seemed like, this is what I mean by life has been life in us, right? Every time that there wasn't rain, it was like we already had something pre-planned with our friends, either that are out of town, we can't switch things around, doctor appointments, dentist appointments, like life is going to continue to move. We have to keep moving with life. And it just has been
very rough.
It's just been like things have been in our way and not allowing us to. And these are things that, I mean, some of it, sure, we can reschedule, but at the same time, we can't.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess we could have not gone out to the casino with Pops, all right? We could have not done that. However, Pops is only in this area every few months.
No.
And there's like a small window of opportunity. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
However, we are both super bound and determined. I mean, Gary already said it. By the end of this month, come hell or high water, that roof is going to be finished, and it will be a chapter we can close the book on.
Yes.
And I think that, like I was saying, you know, we've been super blessed with working with different companies and things like that. I think we're going to get some measurements and make a finalized decision, which, again, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, please go over to one of our latest posts on Simple Life Reclaimed. I think it's actually our last video. I'm going to link it over in the corner over there. Over there.
I'm going to be doing a lot of research today because
most of you OGs that watch Real Talk definitely have seen that video. But if by chance, all right, by chance, we're asking for your guys' help on what we should put behind the siding, because I'm doing all this work staining it and trying to get everything ready. And as soon as the last board is stained, we want to be like, bada bing, bada boom, put it up. And essentially we're asking, what should we put behind it? Should we put cedar breather, burring strips, like this mesh? Like, which way should we go about it? That's the most cost effective. All right, we're on a tight budget, shoestring budget.
The cost effective point would be the furring strips,
but also we want something that's going to last the longest, and we're trying to keep all of these things in consideration.
The quickest way to have it all said and done would be the cedar breather or some sort of dimple matting.
But is that going to be the most expensive way?
That's going to be one of the more expensive sides of it, especially the dimple matting.
We're trying to like weigh our options with that. Like, would it be better for us to bite the bullet and spend the funding just to get it done so then we can move on to other things? On the one hand, we're kind of leaning towards that because we're ready. Like, this portion has already been dragged on longer than we wanted it to be.
Yes.
However, we can only do what we financially can do. And so we have to keep that into consideration as well.
You know what would be,
we're like juggling all the things, paying with a cash build, you know? It's
a good thing is with the cedar breather, if we were to put the cedar breather up, as soon as we get one row in, because they're only like it's only like 3 feet of cedar breather, right? You'd be able to start packing in, and then you put in another row, and then just keep going. Put in another row.
I see.
But
could be satisfying.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I mean, like, that's where my brain is like, man.
So we really want to hear from you guys. I know that we have a lot of professionals that watch us and a lot of DIYers that watch us, and perhaps you have actually been in this situation and you have firsthand experience on this. We want to hear from you, please.
It comes down to the time as well as everything else that goes into it, right? If we go with the furring strips, it's going to be, we have to trim everything.
Right.
Because now we're exposing quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's coming off the wall more than where like the mesh stuff is going to be closer to the board. If it's only be
coming off, you know, like a ½ inch or something like that, it is what it is. But with the furring strip, it's going to be off by like, or not like that, but it's going to be off more, like an inch to
quite a bit more.
1.5 inches, right, in that whole ballpark where it might it's going to expose a lot of that tongue and groove aspect or the lap siding aspect.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really want to expose that kind of stuff. If it's exposing a little bit, like a ½ inch, it's not going to expose that part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, we're going to want to trim out some of the stuff anyway. Like, no matter what, the windows are going to need to get trimmed. like pretty much no matter what. Right?
There's ways around it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so if we did just the cedar breather, we could, in theory, just no trim, because all the windows have the molding trim on it, to where that sticks out already roughly about 1.5 inches, which the siding is 1.5 inches.
It's harder for me to
know what I mean?
I'm the visual learner, friend. So it's harder for me to see this in my imagination. When we start doing it, then I can see it a lot better. Oh. But if you guys would ever be so kind as to drop down your comments below, Gary's definitely going to read them here on Real Talk today. And he's also going to go through the comment section of that last video and read through it. And I think that this week we're going to make a decision and get some pricing and get some quotes and possibly even place an order for the next step. So that way we can just continue moving forward. I'm going to keep staining all the boards. Gary's going to work on the trim for the roof. We're going to hopefully get a few dry days around here and be able to cut the whole ridge cap open of the house and work on that.
Hope is the key word there.
Hope.
But yeah, I mean, we'll still have to flash the top of the windows, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I understand my overhangs are so good, right? To where the windows aren't really going to be affected by that.
I'm not super worried about it, but you know.
Per code, it says to do it, so why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
Flash the top side no matter what, but we could do it. If it's cedar breather, we could be able to do it to where it goes straight into it. The only parts where we would have to do something is around some of the doors, because there is no mold trimming.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So, but we could also buy that mold trimming and put it around it and then butt up against that. Make it match the other.
Well, you've got some good decisions to make, baby. I'm just following your lead on this. I hate to throw all the pressure on you about it, but
if it's not that, then I'm going to have to trim every single thing. Because, like I said, if I have to put the furring strips in, then I have to trim everything, and now I've got to outweigh the cost.
Yeah.
Is it really going to be cost beneficial? It's going to take a lot more time.
Yeah.
You know, to trim everything out, even the corners and everything else like that. I mean, the corners I'm going to have to trim out regardless, but how thick of a trim am I going to need? And
in all reality, like, Gary and I have already had to move the goalpost. To be honest with you, like, before we got the metal roofing material, like the week that we knew it was going to be delivered, we were talking amongst ourselves, and we were like, hey, by the time that Freedom Weekend comes around, the roof is going to be completely done. All the staining, ooh, it's misting right in our face. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that one's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's where I want that screen. If that screen was there, it would have like stopped it a little bit.
We're going to have to cut this one short because I don't want my gear to get all soaking wet, even underneath here. But anyway.
Like I said, give it a little bit and it's going to either miss or it's going to do a really hard pour. And
it's doing both.
It's doing both.
Yeah. But just so I can finish my thought. So when we got the metal, right, we thought that by Freedom Weekend that we would have all of the wood siding stained and finished. And we thought that we would have the roof completely done. And honestly, we thought that we were going to have some of those pieces of siding up on the house. We didn't think that we'd be completely done with the siding, but we thought that we'd be like halfway there. And here it is a week after Freedom Weekend, and we're not finished with either of those things. So we're feeling the pressure. We're feeling like we're a bit behind.
Just a wee bit.
Obviously, give it to God. There's nothing that we can do about it. We're living in the moment. We're trying to be grateful and thankful and blessed, and it is what it is. But with all of that being said, we want to keep it going with this. We want to keep things moving forward. So keep that into consideration when you guys are making your suggestions. And as long as it's not like, excuse me, as long as it's not like 3 times the amount of what the furring strips would be, if it's comparable, just a bit more or whatever, then we'll possibly go with something else. But that's going to be your homework. Good luck, baby. Hunger Games salute to you. I would really appreciate you guys to drop down in the comments your guys' suggestions and helpful tips and tricks. But we are going to get out of here. I don't want all my gear to get wet. And it's not getting like wet, but it is getting misted on. It's getting wetter than I would like.
Yes.
So we're gonna run out of here, but we'll be back with another episode tomorrow here on Real Talk with SLR. Like I said, I got a few videos in the can. It's homestead stuff, right? It's homestead life. Our channel is a lifestyle vlog. Sometimes we're building, sometimes I'm gardening, sometimes we're doing stuff with the animals, asking you guys for your help, going on adventures, just whatever we're doing, we're doing it and we're sharing it with you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoy the content that we have come down the pipe. I'm hoping that this weekend, or not this weekend, but this week, we can get moving forward with some more stuff and make some more progress there. But whatever it is, it's always a good time because we're doing it together and we're sharing it with y'all. So again, I want to thank you guys so much for spending your time with us each and every day, cheering us along our journey and being a part here for the ride. So we're going to see you guys tomorrow. Keep your notifications turned on. And until the next one, friends, we know you love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.